Hello, hello. Welcome to Wednesday. How is everybody? Hey, Brian. Hi,
Just Andy.
Wendy.
Hi.
Hi, Alex. Ooh,
Greetings.
I see Mari, Kendra. Okay, Ray. What's up, Pamela? We'll give it another minute here. You know, everybody's slow. We're trying to come back from the holidays. I think everybody's still digesting food.
Yeah, right.
How y'all feeling? Any wins? Any accomplishments? Somebody share something good with me.
Well, I've been really bothering you with text messages. I understand. You're going to block me pretty soon if I don't stop. I
Yeah,
know
I'm
that.
about to hunt you down in Florida.
Yeah, there's a level of pain that you're quickly reaching with me. But
No, you are our ideal client, my friend. So this is very exciting. Actually, I don't even know if people really know what your nonprofit is. So, and you just got approved. So maybe just give us like an intro to your nonprofit and the mission and what you guys do and where you're based.
sure, the name of our nonprofit is Youth Mentors, and what we're trying to provide is a service for young people who are interested in educational and career advice to have a one-on-one mentorship with people who are business executives and owners in their fields of interest. So, what better way to learn than to talk to somebody that's in that field that can give them some kind of guidance and expertise on the next best steps to if they want to pursue a specific field. And we have quite a few mentors for a wide variety of fields. I'm learning quickly that we need a lot more, particularly now that AI is a big buzz thing, and people are really interested in learning more about how to have a career in AI. And there's all kinds of different types of AI, human resources, and marketing, of course, and on and on and on. So that's what we basically do, and we're really hoping to empower young people to make the right career choices so they don't get out of college well into six figures in debt without a career at the end of the rainbow that might pay them enough to pay off their astronomical school loans.
Ooh,
How's that?
amen to that. Yeah, that was perfect. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Okay, Kendra, you've got to win. What do you want to share?
Oh, just that for my nonprofit, we were looking for some families to adopt for Christmas, and we found two families to adopt. So one is a mom that has six daughters, and the other is a mom who is battling cancer, and she has a 10-year-old daughter who just lost her dad this year.
Wow. Okay. That's going to be cool. You'll have to, are you going to like present with gifts and do any kind of like filming or pictures or anything?
Um, Depends on their comfortability with like pictures and videos, but we are going to try and get as many things off of their wish list that they submitted.
Sure.
So we're hoping to get everything, but if not, just get as many things as we can off their wish list.
That's cool. Ooh, I can't wait to hear about it. Maybe at the end of the month or in January, you can tell us kind of how it went. I would love to hear that feel good story.
Yes, because we're hoping to deliver all of the gifts on December 23rd. So by the end of
Oh,
December, I'll have
cool.
a update.
Okay. Awesome. That's going to be great. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any cool wins, shares, anything fun from Thanksgiving? And then we'll dive in. Let's hear, is there one more cool win, milestone, anything fun? No? Okay, well, if you're in the Los Angeles area, there is a major grant opportunity coming up, the CFCI Amity Grant. Awards typically are between 400,000 up to about 1.2 million. If you're in Los Angeles, send us a message and we can talk about that grant opportunity for you. But in the meantime, Jay, if you could pop up the PowerPoint for today, We're going to be talking about year-end giving. So this is going to be a really sort of, I don't want to say dry topic, but one of the most critical topics that you guys are going to want to kind of study as you get ready for year end. So there's cool statistics out there on year end giving and sort of what that means for folks. And sort of the major impact of that, is the end of year presents a very unique opportunity for nonprofits to maximize their fundraising efforts and make a lasting impact on missions. Majority of giving happens in this last month or so of the year. We're going to just pretend it's December already. It's close enough to end of the month. So we're just going to pretend it's December 1st. This is the last month. I think, Jay, go ahead and hit the next one. I think 30%, yeah, look at that. 30% of all annual charitable giving occurs in December. 30% of all giving happens in December. So taking advantage of this time, donors are motivated. They're wanting to give back at the end of year, typically for tax purposes, but it really provides that window for critical funding and securing that funding for your nonprofit organization. So we're going to kind of go through today on some actionable items that you guys can do to take advantage and leverage this year-end giving. 12% of all online donations are made in the last 3 days of the year. So between December and Christmas and New Year, that is going to be one of your most critical several days of giving. Yes, people are overwhelmed with Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, everything going on and getting ready for New Year. But 12% of all online donations and 30% happen in those last couple of days. So it's going to be really important to be prepared for those. So what does it mean to be prepared for those days? Go ahead and hit the next one, Jay. Okay, so here's some actionable steps that you can take for really leveraging your year-end giving. Starting early would have already happened. So for nonprofits that are really on top of their shit, they would have already started. Some of us may not have even considered this yet. So we're starting today for the first time. So starting early is now because we're preparing for that last week of December. Did anybody participate in Giving Tuesday yesterday? Wendy, did you do it for Conscious Humanity?
We did.
How'd y'all do?
We did pretty good. I already had secured 75,000 from a corporate donor, but we put 25.
She says that. I thought she was going to say $75. The way she said that, just so like nonchalant. I'm so sorry. Wendy, say that one more time.
A corporate donor that I've been working with for the past couple of months, we secured 100,000, but on Giving Tuesday, we put in 25 of the 100, and then we sent it out through social media and did some other things, and we got an additional 700, and it was all kind of put together at the last minute. So that was awesome because I just was hired to do this for Conscious.
You are way too calm for me.
I am? Oh
yes.
No, when I talked to the lady and she said she was going to give us $100,000, I bawled, and that was, like I said, I've been working on it for months. So yeah, to share it,
wow,
I have a little bit of a pit in my stomach because it's a surprise for Brother Ishmael. And so
he doesn't know yet?
I can't share it yet. So
yeah.
Next Monday will be our last 25,000, and then she wanted it to be a surprise to him. So, but I bawled, and I'm like,
cool. Oh my God, congratulations. That's a win. I don't know why you didn't speak up earlier. That is so cool.
Well, yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is a win, and
congratulations.
It's only my second time here, so I wanted to allow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm so excited for you guys. Giving Tuesday is a really hard day. It can be like, Kendra, I see your message. It can be a real hit or miss on Giving Tuesday. And it's really dependent on, have you been cultivating donors for a couple of years? Have you been, do you have a board that operates, volunteers that operate? It's dependent on so many different factors. So Giving Tuesday can really be a hit or miss for folks. And Wendy, I should have known y'all would have been successful because I know you are cultivating relationships and working with donors and corporate sponsors and, you know, just your dedication to the mission of conscious humanity too. Like, so I'm really not surprised, but like, holy shit. So cool. Okay. So back to the table. Let's get this money. Kendra, don't even trip about Giving Tuesday because you've got the last of the year to go. And like the statistics say, we love data because data shows us everything and tells us a story. The last 30% of giving all happens in the last 3 days of the year. So let's take advantage of December and let's start early. Launch your year-end giving campaign now. So now that you guys are getting trained on it today, I want you to put together a year-end campaign. If you're stuck on how to actually put together maybe like a day-to-day plan, can anybody tell me my favorite software to use to maybe help you come up with an actionable plan? Alex, I already know because I could tell by your giggle. Can you tell me what software might be awesome to use that you can say, hey, write me a year-end giving plan?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Give Butter, but now I'm thinking ChatGPT. Is it one of those?
Yeah. You know what though? But Give Butter is a good reminder to everybody because if you don't have a donation campaign platform, then how are you even going to collect donations? So have your Give Butter, Network for Good, Antidote, PayPal, whatever it is you guys use. We recommend Give Butter and ask ChatGPT to help you. That's what it's there for. So start early and launch your year-end giving campaign in advance because this gives you the momentum. Some of the most successful Giving Tuesday campaigns happen because for 30 days prior to Giving Tuesday, they were posting every single day, phone calling every single day. I wish Nikkei was on here right now so that I could give her shit and throw her under the bus because 218 Vision did a Giving Tuesday campaign and she was annoying with it, which is exactly what you should do. And I'm so glad this is recorded so that I can send this to her because Nikkei, you were so annoying and I'm so proud of you because she did exactly what we told her to do. So treat the year-end giving campaign launch just like you would for Giving Tuesday. In fact, you guys could go download the Giving Tuesday template for creating the campaign and just use that for year-end giving. Yeah, there, Sheree, that's another good example. So on $25 on Giving Tuesday, but by year end, you guys got $1,000. So that's why it's really important to leverage these last couple of weeks and especially those last 3 days. Okay, so start early, ask ChatGPT to help you create a daily campaign, and then you're going to want to create personalized appeals. Those are like really fancy words for saying the message to your audience. So you are going to want to tailor your messaging to resonate with your audience. Highlight specific success stories, projects, initiatives, things that donors can contribute to that gives them like the feel-good story. Is anybody already kind of working on a year-end campaign? Wendy, do you want to give us an example of maybe like a specific message that you're going to use for your donors and tell people what your guys' mission is? They don't think they know what conscious humanity is.
It's so broad, but through the tools and teachings of Brother Ishmael Tete, who is located in Africa, West Africa. Our mission is peace in our lifetime. And it's not the peace that we think of. It is the inner peace. And through getting to know who and what we are and how we know it, when we're at peace, our inner world will display in our outer world. And that's kind of just a really rough bullet. What we're doing for year end is this person that gave $100,000 has been in our teaching since 2014. And she started a nonprofit very similar to going out and helping businesses thrive and in the minority segment in Georgia or in Alabama. Anyways, so she's come along with the teachings, and because she believes so much in them, that is going to be the success story, because now she's able to, from her business, give us the corporate donation, plus she donates on a monthly basis a large amount to Conscious Humanity, and it's just because she believes in the program. So we're going, she's in Japan right now, but we're going to be having a conversation as to what in particular tool that she used. whether it was essential life education or whatever it is. We're, as a board, we've decided to go forward with growing the empowered child, which is a formula for world peace. And I know, like, other thought leaders like Dalai Lama says, if you can get 100,000 children to meditate, we'll see world peace in, a matter of time. So it's all along those lines. And so we'll have the money to bring on staff to create games, movies, and curriculum to take into schools and out into the world.
So cool. Okay, great. So see how the messaging got specific. So when you're creating your messaging for the appeal, for your tailored message, it needs to resonate with your audience. So like Unique, you and I were talking yesterday about the specific mission of your organization, a unique healing, and so for you, if you're going to tailor your messaging for end of year giving, which you should definitely take advantage, then you're going to really want to tailor the message to that feel good, domestic violence survivors, mental health, awareness, helping people think outside the box in their unique situations and telling your story and other people's stories. Telling stories is what gets people. You want to tell it in a way, like I always tell people, I want to make them cry. Even though, I don't want to make people cry, but I want to make people cry and feel some type of way. Mari, same with you. You have the same kind of impact that Unique does. Unique is Deshelle Kendrick, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm picking on her. She just started a brand new nonprofit. Mari has a brand new nonprofit. This is a really exciting time for everybody, especially with some of these newer missions, because you have a fresh story to tell. So highlighting specific success stories, projects, initiatives. Mari, when you're telling your story to your tailored audience for your year-end giving, and you're saying, as specific as you get, I am going to be an advocate in the courtroom for someone going through divorce, to advocate for them to get through that divorce and to also help them navigate all of the other resources that they need to safely get through it, to happily get through it, to healthily get through it, all of that. That's so specific. That's someone, people can resonate with that and people can understand. So when you get that specific in your messaging, Brian, when you're telling people that I need a mentor specifically for this kid to do this X, Y, and Z, it gives people something to connect to. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay. So then you're going to be leveraging matching gifts. I have a good example of this. So yesterday for Giving Tuesday in Los Angeles, there is this foundation called the Change Reaction. For their group and coalition of nonprofits that are in their platform, they did, Unique and Mari, you two would love each other. Make sure you guys connect. You guys, oh my gosh, I'm actually going to be so jealous of that relationship. You guys are going to love each other. Okay, just don't forget about me when y'all make it. Yesterday on Giving Tuesday, this foundation called the Change Reaction, with their network of nonprofits. So like if you're a partner of this foundation, on Giving Tuesday, whatever those nonprofit partners raised, the Change Reaction matched it up to $1 million. So for every nonprofit that raised on their platform, like I think I saw a couple raise 75K, 35K, 10K, that foundation matched it. Something psychologically, when you're telling people, hey, if I raise $10,000, I have this partner that's going to match it $10,000. People, it's like a competition. People are going to jump in and help you out. So that's what leveraging matching gifts means. Encouraging donors to, by partnering with businesses or sponsors willing to match those donations during the campaign, clearly communicate the importance of a match donation to motivate increased giving. It's a competition. People innately love competition. It's a mind game. Okay. Any questions on this before I continue? Okay, Jay, go ahead and hit the next slide. If I missed something in the chat, just let me know, you guys. Okay, so engaging donors effectively. These are some of the communication strategies that you guys can use when you're working with your donors, because End of year giving isn't about grants. It isn't about funding opportunities. It's all about donor cultivation. So when we're talking about communication strategies and engaging donors effectively, we're talking about multi-channel approach. I'm going to go through each of these. We're talking about express gratitude, create urgency, multi-stage engagement, and segmented messaging. So what does like each of those mean? Because that's kind of like a that's a lot of high big words that are like, what the hell does that mean? Okay, so let me just pull up my notes here so we can go through each of those. Okay, so when we're talking about multi-channel approach, this is looking at a diverse outreach. So we're going to be looking at donors that are most active, engaging through email newsletters, social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then traditional mail to ensure that your messages reaches a wide and varied audience. Now, I will say this, and this is what happens on Giving Tuesday. Phone calls out of all of these methods are the most impactful. Phone calls are the most impactful way to raise funds for your annual end of year giving. Phone calls, because they're personal, are the most impactful way of raising funds in the last month of the year. Y'all know I love redundant communication. Shit drives people crazy, but I don't care because y'all aren't going to forget that, because phone calls are the most impactful way of getting money last in the year. But why though? Because it's personable, because you get to connect with people, you get to develop a relationship. It's not like a text message and a newsletter and a social media post that gets lost in this crazy sea. It's a personal phone call, and someone's less likely to tell you no when you're calling them on the phone and putting them on the spot. Text message is easy to delete. Social media is easy to ignore, and email is easy to delete. But they are all methods. So remember when I was saying how annoying Nikea is from 218 Vision yesterday for Giving Tuesday, it's because she did what we told her to do. She used every single method. I had no choice but to donate because she wouldn't leave me alone unless we did. So I donated to her campaign. She called me. She texted me. Amber, I wonder if she got you too. Yeah, I had a feeling. She called me. She texted me. She emailed me. She blasted me on social media. She called me out. She called me like 3 times yesterday. So I donated. It works. And also then we got to catch up for a little while. I hadn't talked to her in, probably 24 hours or something like that. So then we got to like catch up, and I got to hear about stuff going on with the nonprofit organization. So phone calls are very impactful, but don't discount and don't deny these other methods of going through and connecting with people. So that's what multi-channel approach means. And then, you could use maybe the word consistent synonymously with annoying. I don't know. They kind of go hand in hand to me. Consistent. So see how she called, she texted, she emailed, she social media blasted. Those are multi-channel approaches. So these are like your exact strategies that you guys can use. The cool thing is Giving Tuesday was one day. Your end of year giving is for the whole rest of the month of December. Okay. So now, critical to blasting everybody and being annoying as hell is expressing gratitude. We are not blessed with abundance without expressing gratitude. Abundantly with gratitude, abundant blessings, abundance wealth, abundance in health, abundance in happiness in life. Okay. It's energy. It all goes hands in hand. Kind of the essence of conscious humanity. I'm like, Wendy, I'm like, can't get my eyes off you because I'm just thinking of like abundance. So expressing gratitude has a major impact. Maybe your phone call is you just calling a donor to say, thank you for being a supporter this year. Here's what else we've got going on. Here's what I'm looking for in 2024. And then there's another end of year donor. Yeah, Wendy, go ahead.
I was just going to share this in case when everybody gets a large donor, I thought the same thing, like, what do I want to do that would express gratitude that would not be something that this person would normally receive by doing so. And so I got a picture of her and brother Ishmael with their heads together, and I just sent it off to Shutterfly. Shutterfly bought out the photo part of Costco, and I had seen this done at Costco, and it's really cool where they put it onto metal. And so it gives it just a little bit different of a photo because it's not in a frame, it's on metal.
Cool.
And yeah, and so they had their Cyber Monday or whatever. So it was like $50 off, and it wasn't a tremendous amount of money. I think it ended up being about 75, which sounds like a lot. But for somebody that gave us 100,000, I figured it was all relative.
Yeah.
Because I know they don't want lavish gifts, right? If they've given you money, like don't be spending it
Right.
on those kinds of
Right.
things. But this is somebody that's given us, lots of money over the years. So
Yeah.
I just want to share that. That's a really cool idea.
I love that. No, and that's super. So if you look at that first bullet under express gratitude, it says personalized thank yous. You can't get more personalized than a photo of the donor with the founder of the nonprofit organization. And like, I can only imagine, like, I can totally see Brother Ishmael's face and all like just cuddly. That's so cute. I love it. And on it, people love it. Even anonymous donors, they love to be acknowledged. Personal thank yous go a long way. So expressing gratitude is very important. Regularly expressing gratitude to donors for their support, personalized thank you messages, acknowledging the specific impact of their contributions. Like I remember one year I was running a furniture program for veterans, and a donor had given us 5 couches. And I was able to use 5 couches in 5 different veteran homes. So I called that donor and I said, you just provided, like a living room, turned a house into a home where a family could sit in the living room together for 5 veterans and their families. And I got 5 more couches from them. It was so cool. Okay. So Wendy, you also just hit that visual impact underneath express gratitude for us too. So consider incorporating visuals, infographics, short videos, showcasing tangible results of donor contributions, visual storytelling. If you guys go back to our YouTube channel, it was either our first or second ever Lunch and Learn, or within that first month where we did a storytelling training. Go back and watch that because it's very impactful to look at the storytelling of nonprofits and giving people that visual. Evan was our guest speaker on that one. And that's literally what he does for a profession, is he's a visual storyteller and producer. Very much worth your time. Back in June at some point, I forget which date it is, but it's on our Nonprofit Plug YouTube channel. Okay, and then the next one is creating urgency, countdowns, deadlines. That's another thing. Let me give Nikkei another shout out because she did exactly what we told her to do. She did a countdown for, I think it was like the last, Amber, I don't know if you remember, it was like the last 14 or 20 days. I think she did a countdown every single day. I can't remember when she started, but I remember starting to see like at 10 days, 9 days, 8, 7, 6, all the way to 1. People love seeing those countdowns, and it's just a constant reminder in your face. So implement countdowns or communicate specific deadlines to create that sense of urgency. Highlighting time is running low. It's just that, psychological competitive nature of everybody. So it helps them get involved. So that's your next technique for your communication strategy for your end of year giving. You can do things like limited time offers and incentives and stuff like that if you want, but even as simple as every day posting a number on your social media or, text message or email kind of thing is fine too. Okay, so then the fourth communication strategy, multi-stage engagement. This means like teasers, building up anticipation, progress updates, letting donors know throughout the campaign, regular updates of how their impact has been helpful, letting them know that their donation has been matched, letting them know that their donation like maybe they already made a donation for end of year giving, letting them know like, hey, your $50, I was able to feed 50 families or, 10 families or something like that. Give people like that immediate instant gratification feedback. Okay, and then finally, segmented messaging. Recognizing that different donors may have different motivations. So segment your donor list and tailor your communication to specific groups based on their previous giving history, their interests, and their engagement level. So you can do that if you guys use like MailChimp or if you have a CRM or something like that. You can use any of those and segment. Amber loves to segment. Okay, so those are the ways you can do that. You can tag people. Maybe it's a donor that is fascinated by one of your programs, not all of them. So maybe if you've got a donor that resonates with specifically like domestic violence prevention, but not so much, you know, like a dog advocacy program, make sure they're not getting your ask for money for the dog program. You're asking them for money for the domestic violence prevention program. Or if it's someone that's obsessed with dogs, make sure they get the email with the like super cute pit bull and not the domestic violence prevention. Segmented messaging is very important. That's how you get personalized with donors. So crafting personalized appeals that resonate with each donor. So for example, highlighting specific projects or initiatives that align with that donor's past contribution. If you guys are using like Network for Good or GiveButter, you can see and put notes in there about donors into your system so that every year, every couple of months, you can go in there and understand maybe that donor's preference and keep notes on every single donor, especially your donors $1,000 and above. Those are major donors. Technically, major donors are 5,000 and above, but we work with early stage nonprofits, so I don't care. $1,000 is major to me. Wendy, that's not major to you anymore. No, $1,000 is still major. So if you are a new nonprofit, you have the opportunity now to segment, to tag, to have clean records of all your donor information now. So this is effective communication. This is the linchpin of a successful year-end giving campaign. So by embracing multi-channel approaches, expressing genuine gratitude, creating a sense of urgency, and tailoring messages to various donor segments, this allows your nonprofit to cultivate strong connections with your supporters and maximizing your impact in year-end fundraising efforts. I'm going to say that one more time because this is a really important slide. Effective communication is the linchpin of a successful year-end giving campaign. So by embracing a multi-channel approach, expressing genuine gratitude, creating a sense of urgency, and tailoring messages to various donor segments, your nonprofit can cultivate very strong connections with your supporters and maximize the impact of your year-end fundraising efforts. Okay. Any questions on this slide before I go to the next one? I haven't checked the chat box in a minute. It looks like we're still good there. Okay. Any questions on this slide? Any comments? Okay, Jay, go ahead and hit the next one. Okay, so ensuring long-term success. So although this is your year-end giving strategy, this is your way to cultivate all of your relationships to kick you off for next year. And all of these individuals and partners are people you will reapproach for next year. So follow-up. So there's, I think I have 5 long-term success strategies that I want you guys to take note of. So these are the first 2. So follow-up. I'm not going to lie. I am the shittiest at follow-up. I suck at it. It's even in my business. I'll do a consultation with someone. I'll send them a proposal and it's like there and done. And I just kind of forget about it. I do not have a follow-up process. I am working to create one and implement one because people need follow-up. People want to understand next steps. People have more questions. They're not necessarily going to reach out to you. So follow up with like a gratitude and impact report and acknowledgement is going to be critical to you guys cultivating that relationship. This is all just another method of donor cultivation. Sure, Wendy, go ahead.
I don't mean to hog the time, but years ago, I learned that I lost an account because I said I would call at 3 o'clock on a Friday and it was like 3:30 and apparently the other company was calling and I just got lost. Anyways, I lost the account. And since then I have a little mantra, which is the fortune's in the follow-up.
Yes. The fortune is in the follow-up. Ooh, that's good. I like that because it is not, and you can interpret fortune in so many ways, like monetary, in love, in abundance, in kind. Ooh, follow-up is in the fortune. I'm glad I have this recorded because I was trying to find a pen to write that down, but it's recorded, so it's okay. Fortune is in the follow-up. That's a good one. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, Wendy dropping gems for us today. Okay, so immediately after your campaign, because fortune's in the follow up with donors to express your sincere gratitude. These could be personalized impact reports. These detail how your contributions have made a difference. This also reinforces the value of their support. People want to know that they are providing value. So this reinforces the value that they're providing and establishes that sense of transparency. Acknowledgement across all channels, email, social media, phone calls. Y'all know I just love phone calls. That's the way to do it. So extending gratitude across the various channels, including email, social media, personal phone calls. Acknowledge the collective effort of donors and emphasize their ongoing support is vital for your nonprofit's sustained success. Their ongoing support is vital for your nonprofit's sustained success. Okay, number 2, evaluate and learn. Post-campaign analysis. This is a great time. So come January 1st, that first week of January, I'll be sitting down with my team and doing a post-campaign analysis. Comprehensive analysis of the year-end giving campaign. You're going to evaluate the effectiveness of different strategies, what strategy worked best, what strategy didn't work at all, the different channels that you used, and the type of messaging that you had. If this is your first year, you really don't have anything to compare it to. So this is going to be your baseline. Maybe you had the most success on Instagram or zero success on Instagram. Maybe you had the most success in an email or zero. This year will be your baseline year to understand what the best method for your nonprofit is going to be. And don't be afraid to send out like an email to all of your donors and your network asking for feedback. Surveys are a great way to collect all of that feedback and get some direct outreach. Understanding their experience and preference, that'll provide you valuable insights for refining future campaigns. So if this is your first year, remember, this is your baseline. So be nice to yourself because you don't have anything to compare it to. Okay, Jay, go ahead and go to the next slide. We're going to talk about number 3, which is building relationships. I feel like we talk about building relationships and cultivating donors, and no matter what the topic of the Lunch and Learn is, every single week, somehow cultivating donors and building relationships and strategic partnerships always comes up. So that's how you know this is that important of a topic. So building relationships for your year-end campaign, not only is it impactful for your year-end campaign, but it's your year-round engagement. So this keeps your donors engaged and encouraged year-round beyond the year-end campaign. You're keeping donors informed about ongoing projects, sharing success stories, providing regular updates on your nonprofit's activities. Maybe you have exclusive content. Some of your donors may be at the 5, 10, 20 and higher levels. They get to see some exclusive content of your organization. Maybe you're opening up a new housing facility and you haven't quite broke ground yet, but the donors contributing to that, invite them to the groundbreaking, send them a video of the progress of the construction along the way. These are some of your exclusive content ideas that you can show them. The behind the scenes, people love behind the scenes, like love it. So we have a client that we're working with that is building a brand new affordable housing unit with a whole bunch of apartments in it. And her higher end donors, they actually get to come and see the construction site, and she sends them text videos all the time. And it's nothing that's been in public. It's nothing that's been on social media. So these donors get exclusive content. It's really cool. So this really shows appreciation, but it also fosters a sense of belonging and exclusivity. People love exclusive. Okay. Jay, go ahead and go to the next one. Perfect. Okay, so number 4 and 5, sustain momentum and stewardship strategies. So sustaining momentum. These are your post-campaign initiatives. So year-end giving is this last couple of weeks of December, and especially we know 30% of all giving happens in the last 3 days of December. But even more so important is what happens after your end of year giving. Post-campaign initiatives. So plan a post-campaign initiatives to sustain that momentum. Consider launching a series of smaller campaigns, events, challenges throughout the year to keep donors engaged and motivated. And those donors will engage other people to be a part of your organization too. That's the other cool part, is donors will cultivate more donors. This is your opportunity to highlight future goals. So I know these slides are text heavy, and they're text heavy on purpose for those that either couldn't make it today, or if you're like me, I have to rewatch things and reread things and re-listen to things like 20 times until I actually comprehend it. Normally when I teach, and at the universities, I don't do death by PowerPoint, but for us, for these lunch and learns, I feel it's really important to give all of this content on the slides so that we can go back and reference them. Yeah, I see a couple people that are like, yeah, listen, Amber and I can't remember when we were talking about this, Amber, and when we were reading the books for Hermosi stuff, and we're like, okay, we have to listen to it. We have the book in front of us so we can follow along. And then I was like, damn, I had to listen to chapter 4 like 20 times. And you were like, yeah, I listened to it 25 times. So this is a real thing. These are different ways of all of us comprehending and educating, right? So, it's okay to go back and reference stuff. That's why we have things to reference. So that's why these slides are so content heavy, is so that you guys can have a guide to go back and reference to. So sustaining momentum, highlighting future goals, share your organization's vision and upcoming goals, clearly communicate how continued support from donors will contribute to achieving these objectives, creating a roadmap for future reinforces that needs for ongoing involvement. So sustaining that momentum for your last month of the year, that just propels you to kick off 2024 and going into January. So keep sustaining that momentum, post-campaign initiatives, highlighting future goals. And then the last one is stewardship strategies. This is another fancy way of saying donor cultivation. Implement donor stewardship programs to recognize and celebrate long-term supporters. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude gets you abundance, abundance in wealth, abundance in health, abundance in safety, abundance in success. I feel like I'm doing my own affirmations right now. These are some of the things that, I want to affirm in life. That's what stewardship strategies are. That's what donor cultivation is. That's why expressing gratitude is so important, because people want to know that their value was valuable. So consider creating tiers or levels of recognition based on the duration and consistency of their contributions. So there's sometimes I've seen nonprofits that have a friendship circle or a family circle, or they'll call it silver, gold, and bronze, and that kind of stuff. Or maybe if you're a hospital, you get naming rights on a patient room or on a building, things like that. Personalized communication. I don't know how many times we've said that today. So that's how that's super important. Continue to tailor your communication to individual donors, acknowledging their history with the organization and aligning requests with their interests. Okay. This is going to be a really great training today for you guys to go back and probably listen to a couple of times so that you can really put together. So those of you who weren't with us at the Giving Tuesday training, make sure you go to our YouTube channel and to our private Facebook group. If you're not in the private Facebook group, find me on Facebook and we'll add you in there. But the cool thing about Giving Tuesday is we provided a guidebook, like an actual PDF workbook to prep you for Giving Tuesday. You can use that exact same method for your annual giving. Totally same thing. And then this PowerPoint from today gives you guys that. So maximizing the impact of year-end giving campaign goes beyond immediate fundraising goals. So by following up with gratitude, sorry guys, letting someone in. Okay. Maximizing the impact of a year-end giving campaign goes way beyond your immediate fundraising goals. So by following up with gratitude, conducting thorough post-campaign evaluations, nurturing long-term relationships, and sustaining momentum, your nonprofit can turn a successful year-end campaign into a foundation for sustained support and growth. So your year-end campaign is almost like your fundraising strategy to give you that boost forward for the whole next year. Okay. Jay, hit the next one. I think that's it. Okay, so some key highlights. So here's what we covered for today. The power of year-end giving for nonprofits, the impact of year-end giving. I gave you guys some actionable steps for your nonprofit. I gave you communication strategies, and I told you how to maximize your impact. So this is definitely one to pin for the books because it is technically, let's just call it December 1st. You guys have the rest of this month to prepare and count down for every single day of this month. Use all of December. Every single day of December is a giving day. Every single day of December is a giving day. So be sure to leverage, donors, partners, strategic initiatives, sponsorships, your volunteers, your board, your family members, and really leverage this year-end giving. Okay, I want to open it up for questions. Any questions on this or on any topic in the nonprofit realm we can answer today, but I want to open it up to you guys. If there's any slides you want me to go back to and kind of talk about again, I'm happy to do that. Any questions?
Hi, yes. Oh, go for it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. We thought we had a question. No question. Anybody else have a question? Anything about nonprofit stuff? It doesn't even have to be on your end, Guinea. Anybody just has some topics that they want to cover.
I think we both had questions, but we spoke over each other, LaShonda and I. I just have one question. I learned just now about the Facebook group to request to. Are there any other spaces that I should know about or have access to just keep me in the loop as I grow?
Let me add you to the Facebook group actually right now. I'm going to put the link for everybody in the chat box. Oh God, if I can get in, I just got kicked out of my Facebook. You guys will all get an email from today's recording too, but unique, especially for you because you're not in the Facebook group. So let me add you to that so that way you can, there's downloads in there, like there's budget templates in there. The Giving Tuesday template is in there. So that'll be really good for you. Okay, I just got the link. The link does expire. So everybody, Mari, LaShonda, Unique, that's the link. And anybody else on here, if you're want to join our private Facebook group, hit that link and join us because we'll put everything in there. We'll put the link to the YouTube video training. We'll put the PowerPoint presentation in there. The Giving Tuesday workbook is in there. Budget templates in there. There's some other templates and stuff in there too.
Okay, thank you.
And Alex just put the link to our YouTube channel in the chat box too. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Any other questions? I look
Dr.
forward.
Sharon, hi.
Yeah, hi,
This is
Karen.
Karen. How's everybody?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Great. I love your haircut. It's beautiful.
I washed it today. That's all.
It looks like you got a cut, or maybe you just look beautiful. Oh, there it is.
Thank you.
Okay. So on the Facebook, are you ever on there live, or is it just we're looking at the information that you share or the repost? Is anything ever live on the Facebook when people are joining?
I haven't done anything live on the Facebook yet. Maybe in 2024, we'll do some live on Facebook and LinkedIn just to add more content for folks, but I haven't done anything live on there yet. We really just use it to post, I haven't done it in a minute, so I'll try and get back to it for year-end giving just to give everybody tricks every day. But that's where we'll post tips, tricks, and techniques. We'll post the YouTube videos. We'll post the reminder for the lunch and learn templates and things like that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Any other questions? Any other comments? We will be back here Wednesday next week, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll come at y'all with another topic, likely a topic within fundraising and just to further help with year-end campaigns and things like that. But I'll be on here for about another minute or two. Thank you so much for joining for those of you that are new, I forgot to mention, because Unique, you haven't come before. Amber and I do this every single week, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific or 4 p.m. Eastern. We call ourselves Shamber, Sharon and Amber, combined, and we call it the Shamber Nation Shit Show. So welcome to joining our shit show every week. So I thank everybody so much for joining us today. That is your shit show at Shamber Nation. Year in Giving. Go check out the private Facebook group. Download anything you guys need. Go to our YouTube channel. Everything is recorded there. We'll email this out to everyone likely tomorrow too. But if anybody's got questions, is open questions now until we log off here in a couple of minutes. Thanks, Ray, for joining us. Ray loves his Shamber Nation. He has to get it twice a week.
I had a question as
Sure.
far as talking about the grant that you had mentioned in